For this project, you'll need scrapbook paper, and you'll want to pick out scrapbook paper with little flowers you can cut out. You'll also need Mod Podge, and we're using Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge.
You'll need white acrylic craft paint, paintbrushes, and scissors.
And to do the edge, we're going to gold leaf it with this gold leaf adhesive and real gold leaf sheets.
You'll also need a 13-inch clear glass serving plate. The first thing we want to do is cut out a bunch of little flowers out of our beautiful scrapbook pages.
And we're going to need about 25 flowers, give or take, and we're also cutting out some leaves too.
And I'm ignoring all of this detail work and design that's all around my flower. I'm just going to cut around the edge of the flower.
We're just going to keep cutting out leaves and flowers and flower clusters until we have 25 plus a few extras.
So we finished cutting out all of our flowers, and now we're ready to put them on the back of the plate. But before we do, we've got a little trick for you.
Because we want to put the flowers in the shape of a heart, we are going to show you how you can make a little template to follow. So we've got just a piece of paper here, and I'm going to draw a heart on it, just kind of freestyle, like that. And it doesn't need to be perfect, it could be a little stylized, bigger on one side, kind of arching on the other a little bit.
Cute.
And then we're going to cut this out and tape it to the plate. So there's our heart. Now we just need to tape it to the plate, and to do that we're going to actually flip it over.
Yeah.
And here's our heart.
We're just going to sort of center it there. It doesn't need to be perfectly centered.
It's just a guideline for us when we're laying out our flowers, so we can put them in sort of a heart shape. And the flowers go on the back of the plate.
Now we're ready to decoupage our flowers onto the back of the plate, and to do that we've got our Mod Podge here. We're going to put just a little bit on a brush, and because we want the flowers face down on the plate, we want them to show through the plate, we're going to paint the Mod Podge on the front of our flower, just like that. And then we're going to place it inside the heart, face down.
So we're going to pick out flowers to put around the edge first. So we're going to create this heart shape by picking out flowers to go around the outside edge. So this one, for example, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit it with a little Mod Podge on the front. You might use a little bit more than you think you need. We find that works best so that the paper doesn't wrinkle. And then I'm going to put this one over here. And you can see the backs of these papers are really funny. They're all going to be different, but they won't show at all when we're done.
We're going to paint white over the whole thing so those backs won't show.
So I'm just going to, let me clean that up a little bit.
I need to paint some on the back of mine.
Yeah, so then after you paint the front and put it face down, you coat the back with Mod Podge also. That's the whole decoupage process. And don't worry about these brush marks. There'll be brush marks everywhere. They'll be tiny and they'll look artistic.
They will barely even show.
Let me have one of these little turquoisey dudes.
All right.
And I'm going to put Mod Podge on the front and flip it over here, Mod Podge on the back.
And I think I'll do maybe this guy, just so we get our little edge going. Oh, and I've got to remember to do the front.
Remember to do the front. These are going to show through the glass.
Yeah. There we go. I'll put that one kind of over here on the heart.
And because all of the paint and gold leaf and the flowers and Mod Podge and everything on the back of the plate, the front of the plate you can eat off of. It's just glass. So you can use it as a real serving platter. And then the Mod Podge is dishwasher safe, but we didn't put it in the dishwasher. We felt like we're doing too much work on this to risk the dishwasher. So when we do a project like this, we hand wash it. But it holds up very nicely. We're just going to keep on decoupaging each flower around the edges. So we get a heart shape, filling in the middle, and then we're going to let it dry.
We let our Mod Podge dry, and now we're ready to do our gold leaf edge.
So we're going to do a scalloped edge of gold leaf all the way around, And to do that, we're going to use the gold leaf sizing, which is really a very sticky glue. And I'm just going to paint it freehand into a scallop shape. So I'm just going scallop like that, paint that on, and then I'm going to go up to the edge, and then I'm going to do another scallop shape. And I just want to make sure that all of the part that we want gold leaf has the glue on it.
The process of gold leaf is kind of amazing and super easy because you basically just paint on this super sticky adhesive size, which is just adhesive, liquid adhesive, and then you let it dry for like 15-20 minutes till it's clear but still tacky, and it stays super sticky.
It's already sticking on my fingers here.
Well, and that's part why we put this newspaper down first, is if we get any of this adhesive on the newspaper, that's fine. We can remove it before we start the gold leaf part.
And you don't want the glue to puddle. So I'm going back where I've got like sort of drips or blobs of glue and wiping them out and spreading them out so I don't have any puddles. That'll help it dry better.
So we're just going to keep on painting the scalloped edge using our adhesive size, and then we're going to let that adhesive size dry until it's clear.
So we've let the gold leaf glue dry. It's still really sticky, but it's clear. So that's our indicator that it's time to put on the gold leaf.
And to put on the gold leaf, you simply take the sheet of gold leaf and press it directly over the part where the glue is. And I'm just going to tap it down a little bit to make sure it's on there good. And then I'm going to pull the sheet away, and you'll see that it sticks. And you can use your finger or you can use a paintbrush to pull off the excess like that. And we'll clean up those edges in a little bit, but first we're going to just keep applying the gold leaf in big pieces just like that.
It really is magical. It just sticks to the glue, and then you brush away anything that isn't sticking to glue.
And for that we're just using a dry paintbrush to brush it away just like that. And you can keep these little pieces, you know, as you start getting down to the end of your gold leaf sheet, you can pick up the little pieces and kind of set them on the other spots.
It doesn't have to be a big flat piece like this to go on here. It can be a crumply piece, and you can just mush it on, and that works too. It still looks just like gold leaf. You can see as I peel this stuff away, we're getting our scallop shape here. It's sticking to where we have a scallop. And if you have any places that are coming bare, not holding the gold leaf, you can try pressing a little bit harder, or you can go back and add a little bit more glue, but just pressing harder, like I got that to fill in there.
Yeah, I'm having the same thing over here, that just pressing down harder is making it stick.
Yeah. So we're not done because we're going to paint white on the back here to cover up all this craziness. But we can take a sneak peek at our gold leaf.
Oh, it looks great.
And it's looking pretty nice. This gives us a chance to rub it off this top edge too.
Looks good.
I think we're ready to do our white paint.
Yeah. Now that we're all done with the gold leaf, the next step is to paint the entire back of the plate with white paint.
And we're just using acrylic craft paint from the craft store. And this is as simple as just painting a coat of the white paint all over the back. And the purpose of this is to cover all these backs up, because these were random pieces of paper, came from different scrapbook pages. So that becomes unified, will look good. And then also from the front, it's really going to pop our design. You'll be able to see the design of the heart with the flowers more easily. It'll be really pretty when this is painted white. We're just going to let this coat of white paint dry. If it looks a little thin, we'll give it a second coat, let that dry. And then finally, give the whole back of the plate a coat of Mod Podge, the dishwasher safe kind, and that way our plate will be washable.
Our plate is done and we think it turned out great. We hope yours turns out great too.